Good evening, everyone. Curry College Chief Weather Forecaster Joe Shock here. Taking a look at Invest 97L. This is definitely going to develop, I think. We're going to talk about that in this video. Here's the 8 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. 60% chance of this developing. If I could find my mouse, I may not... there it is. I'm looking at it. There we are. So you can see obviously the track that the NHC thinks that this has a shot of developing in anywhere in this area that is shaded in orange. Take a look now at the hurricane warf. This is by tomorrow afternoon. I like the way this is going. It looks very good on the satellite imagery. Here you can see the, here's where it's going to be tomorrow. It's there's not much going on there. It's a still developing system. So there's tomorrow afternoon. There's Monday afternoon. You can see a little bit more developing there. This is Monday evening, early Tuesday. You can see a little bit more there. And it's coming down, obviously, in pressure on 995. I tried to get this full screen. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I didn't want to delete what I downloaded. I got like 30 images here. Here's Tuesday afternoon. You can see the 993 and the storm located right here. Here's Wednesday afternoon, and now this is when I think things are going to get really interesting. Here's Tuesday afternoon again. You can see it's 993, and then Wednesday afternoon it drops 10 millibars. Now this is a very, very favorable area for development. Again, I don't believe I forgot to add it, but I forgot to add the sea surface temperatures. And let me just tell you, they are very, very warm in here. Everyone knows how warm they are in here. Everything is well above average, so there's plenty of heat potential here for something to develop. So here we are, Wednesday afternoon. It's down to 982. Here's Wednesday evening. Now this is gonna, whether it's this strong or not, this thing's gonna probably come ashore where the hurricane warf has, or maybe a little bit north. But this is definitely gonna come ashore somewhere along the Yucatan Peninsula, whether it's a 980 low or whatever, it may be 990. I think it's definitely going to come ashore as some kind of depression or storm, but could the hurricane warf be too strong? It may not be. I'm just not sure yet. But anyway, there's where it could be Wednesday evening. And then by Thursday afternoon, it's heading on out. And we'll have to see what state it is after coming through the Yucatan, how well together it's put, because it could, if it's in somewhat of good shape, it could still very quickly develop heading north, but if it's not, it could hinder its development after that going over the Gulf. But still, these things could really, really intensify very, very quickly coming out of the Yucatan. This is a very dangerous area for a storm to be in the first place this time of year. Here's the in close of hurricane warf for bringing this in Wednesday, the 3rd, Wednesday evening. You can see here the simulated radar product that we get from the hurricane warf. Here's the next image. Did I advance to the next image? Here's the next one, the 4th 18Z. You can see as it crosses it and then re-emerges back over the Gulf of Mexico. 990. Here it is. You can see the 0Z, the 5th, over the Gulf here, and then that's the end of the run, but it's going to intensify beyond that potentially. Here is the GFDL for the same thing. Here's tomorrow afternoon. You can see right here where the wave is located here. Here we are at 84 hours. It's a little further north than the hurricane warf. It's in between Cuba and the Yucatan, just near Jamaica. Here we are at 102 hours. You can see the storm just to the north of the Yucatan, and I think if it takes a track like this, it could even become a much stronger storm than what the hurricane warf has, taking it over the Yucatan. So this is really got to be watched for obvious reason. And here we are at 114, and here we are at 114. I thought there was 120. I forgot to download it, but here we are at 114. 1,000 millibar tropical storm in here. Very, very dangerous position for a storm like that to be in this time of year. Here's the spaghetti plots for 97L. You can see if it takes something in this area here in between Cuba, and that's where the GFDL takes it in here, and then up. This could develop, but we'll just have to see what happens as it gets to the islands and see what condition this storm is in, because that will ultimately determine its strength and future. Here we are, the GFS ensembles, the 18Z run. Now you can see here there's a lot of possibilities for the storm, and the GFS operational ensemble mean of all of these, which is the black squares, is right here. And you can see that right here. Let me try to zoom in here. Get a little closer. You can see the black squares with the mean of all these. So if you were to take all of the average of all these lines, that's the mean position. That's where the hurricane warf does with the storm. The operational is not here. But you can see the ensemble members here, the potential of how strong these can get. You can see some of the reds, 960, even some 950s here coming in 10 days, coming in to the coast of Louisiana. So all these red lines, you match them up here. So you got 977, you got 976, you got 951, which is really strong. That's the one coming into Houston. You have the 963, you got the 951 and 57 here, but even the blue ones are not very strong, but this is certainly tropical storm hurricane, high in tropical storm, low in hurricane strength. The blue ones in the blue 980s for pressure, and lower 980s on some of them, 981, 982, 983. So this is certainly a situation to be watched very closely for obvious reasons. Here's the Canadian, which is not as strong with the development of the storm. There's a couple members over here that get it into the mid-990s, which are these blue lines here, taking it into Houston. But again, it shows the potential for the development of this thing, and that's not the right one, but it definitely shows the potential of what could happen in here. I really want to quickly pull this up here, if you don't mind. I should have downloaded it, but I was trying to get all the other stuff that I wanted to get together. So we use this site here, Weatherbell, which is a really good site to get all these great models and stuff. Dr. Ryan Maui does a great job getting all this stuff on his site, developing new products. So it really is a great thing to have and using for forecasting these obvious things. So here's the SST heat potential right here in temperature. So we'll take a look at the Gulf really quickly here, and you can see how warm it is here in the Gulf. This is the current SST temperatures, so you can see when this gets over here in another couple of days, you can see the temperatures here, 2930 C, which is mid to upper 80 water temperature in here. So a lot of heat potential here for something like that to take advantage of as it would come on in. And here are the anomalies for that as well. Let me just get the right image. Here's the temperature anomaly, so you can see there's warmer than average water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico, which would fuel any storm that can get in there. Now here's the heat potential right here. You can see the where the storm is now here. It could tap a lot of this heat potential. You can see here 10 to the 8th joules per meter squared. You can see the just match up the colors. So you can see this brown. You're up to 12, 13, 14, 10 to the raised to the 8th. And generally, I mean, the MDR itself, and we'll talk about it in future videos, there's more stuff that's going to be coming. There's more threats down the road heading to August. But right now, again, our main concern, it's what's going to happen with Invest 97 hours. It gets into this very dangerous area for very quick development. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.